Our top story at this hour, the third edition of India-Central Asia Dialogue is underway in New Delhi. On the second day of the dialogue, India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar hosted the crucial meeting between foreign ministers of Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan. During the opening statement of today's crucial meeting, Jaishankar assured India's readiness to take diplomatic relations to the next level.
Despite the impact of the pandemic, our countries have sustained the momentum of our relations. I've had the privilege of meeting each one of you in 2021 earlier, 4 of you in your own capitals. We are very pleased at the state of our bilateral relations, but we know that the potential is very much more. Each one of us today faces the test of rebuilding our economy. Our pursuit of SDGs must also be energized. But together we can do this better, and India, I assure you, will be your steadfast partner. We already have a good history of cooperation, but my message to you today is a readiness to take it to the next level. Our ties must now focus around 4 C's: commerce, capacity enhancement, connectivity, and contacts.
Now, according to reports, COVID cooperation, Afghanistan crisis and support for UNSC initiatives of India are the top focus of the talks. The meeting was part of a third edition of the 3-day India-Central Asia Dialogues. The dialogue is taking place in the backdrop of India reaching out to the 5 countries for participation of their top leaders as chief guests at the upcoming Republic Day celebrations. Early on Saturday, Jaishankar held diplomatic talks with Tajikistan's foreign minister on the sidelines of the main event. During the talks, the 2 leaders discussed issues of bilateral relations. The Indian Foreign Minister also appreciated Tajikistan's participation in the regional security dialogue held in November earlier this year. The 2 sides have also signed agreements on diplomatic training and program of cooperation. India considers Central Asia as part of its extended neighborhood. The dialogue is the second meeting organized by India after the 2020 virtual talks. Well, for more on this, we have our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, joining us from New Delhi. Good to see you, Siddhant Sibal. Siddhant, take us through the agenda of this meeting and the benefits to India.
Well, it's a significant meeting. This is the third such meeting taking place. It's the mechanism of the Central Asian countries, the 5 Central Asian countries and India. The 5 countries, of course, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan. The meeting that happened today had a number of focus areas. The joint statement has been issued. The number 1 focus area was Afghanistan. We know that while there is concern about Afghanistan here in India, there is a lot of concerns in Central Asia. Many of the Central Asian countries share land border with Afghanistan. So there is a worry over a spillover effect. The joint statement is interesting. It highlights the issue of connectivity. Chabahar port has been pitched by India, but also talks about connectivity being transparent. It should respect the sovereignty and territorial integrity. This is a direct message to Beijing. Remember, China's CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, passes through POK, and that has been something that India has raised with Beijing. And the Central Asian countries are also worried about the debt crisis in their countries because of the Chinese infrastructure projects.
Siddhant, we have observed that the Taliban flag is not present at the forum, but that of Afghanistan. What's the significance of that?
Well, when it comes to Afghanistan, if I heard you correctly, this is a concern for the Central Asian countries and India. For example, Tajikistan. Well, Tajikistan has been one of those early very vocal about the situation in Afghanistan since Taliban take over, because there's a huge Tajik minority in Afghanistan. They haven't been represented in the Taliban government, a government which is largely Pashtun government. There is no representation of minorities, not a major representation of minorities, and that is something Tajikistan is worried about. Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan are worried about the inflow of drugs, inflow of the arms left in Afghanistan, and that can destabilize their countries. There is a worry over radicalization as well, spilling over into their territory. So there is a big worry over Afghanistan. In fact, what the joint statement talks about is about Afghanistan and backing Resolution 2593. Now, this resolution was passed under the Indian presidency of the United Nations Security Council in the month of August. So the Central Asian countries backing that.
What about the issue of Taliban recognition? Does this forum, play that role in establishing the Taliban government in power in Afghanistan?
Well, when it comes to the recognition of the Taliban government, this has been an ongoing discussion at various bilateral meetings and, of course, multilateral forums. The dialogue which happened today is no different. But one thing is for sure, nobody is keen to recognize the Taliban government unless, of course, it respects the human rights. It gives the women equal rights for education and employment, and of course an inclusive government, most importantly, which nobody has seen happening so far. It is an interim government. Taliban has been saying that it will have a proper government very soon, perhaps after March of next year. But nobody is willing to take word of Taliban, and recognition is a far-fetched idea. But one thing is happening for sure is that there is a conversation happening with Taliban, but that is primarily to make sure that humanitarian supplies can be sent to Afghanistan for the people of Afghanistan, which of course are facing, of course, dire consequences of not only a government change, a governance change, the collapse of republic, but also the onset of very harsh winters.
Live from New Delhi, thank you very much, Siddhant Sibal, for that insight and for talking to us. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.